Hello guys and welcome back. Here we go into the last one of the night. It's time for us to get into our last matchup here. It's Imbernal and Malapait versus our defending champions Sinos and Papibski. Terran and Zerg versus Terran and Zerg. Another mirror matchup in terms of the compositions, but this is going to be a great one because we got our resident caster, our resident boy Malapait with Imbernal here. But on the other side, the greats Sinos and Papibski's back together and looking to do it again for HD Gaming. So the best of 3 action, and after this one, guys, don't forget, we'll be releasing the code of the next part of the giveaway. That's a great headset up for grabs from Pure PC as well as Mizzle, and you also get 1,000 pesos along the way. So saan ka pa, diba? You already know that's such a great place to win here at SCPH, here in the SCPH Dual Meets, and we gotta thank all our sponsors down below: ROG Razor, Send, Mogul, Block 101, DLS Mizzle, Ice Boy Productions, as well as Pure PC. You guys are tuning on in here. I'm Daks, and I've been having a great time with you guys all for tonight. And after this one, guys, our semifinals will start off. So for everyone in the top 4 still, all of your games can be played from today till the deadline there. And on the last day of November, on the 30th, it will be our live grand finals. You already know that there is a world possibility in today's sets. There's a world possibility in the SCPH Dual Meets. 4,000 pesos up for grabs plus 70k Razor Silvers. Great prizes for many of our teams. In any case though, guys, first map has been confirmed and we are going to be starting things off on Heavy Artillery LE. Will Malapait and Imbernal be able to get that upset on, especially against the defending champions? Or will Sinos and Papibski do it again and just run rampant all the way to the grand finals? Will we get a game number 3 in the sets? Question's gonna be answered very soon as we get into our first game. Here we are into Heavy Artillery LE again for the first map, and let's get into the fight. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are again. Another SCPH Dual Meets round number 2 matchup, and our last one of the night. It's been going fast, in all honesty, and it's great to see all of these players represented yet again. But here we are into our first map in this set, and introducing first, it's a long name for these big boys. It's Bostik, Tapal, Yero, Esports, as we have on the south side Malapait on that red Zerg, and Imbernal on the left. Blue Terran and the Red Zerg together here. Malapait and Imbernal. Great names, great guys, and great pals to try and go for the biggest matchup of them all. Many have said Team No Name might be the best team here, but you gotta look no further so to the opposition, because on the other side, we got the Green Terran of Sinos and the Yellow Zerg of Papibski. It's your defending champions from Dual Meet number 1. It is HD Gaming. Now, winner of this matchup does face off against Team No Name, so this might be a great decider on who might actually win the whole thing. This is where the bracket is really looked after on. Sometimes when you have a bit of that power level spike on one side of the bracket, then you're saying, okay, this is the matchup will determine who is the real champion. But anything can happen. Any upset can actually happen over the whole bracket itself. And I cannot wait to see who's gonna win it out. Will it be HD Gaming, or will it be Bostik, Tapal, Yero Esports being able to face off against the great Team No Name on the other side? And speaking of the other side, the other semifinals is gonna be consisting, of course, of Clem and Rainer versus the team of Team Cube. Battle for that last slot in semifinals, and Malapait gonna be going for the aggressive expansion on the low ground instead. This is what I was talking about a while ago. It might be more suited for the Zerg to play on the low ground here. He does go for the safer side though. It's covered up by the minerals here and now, and Imbernal can actually go for the command center in behind instead. So that's what they're gonna do for Papibski though. He wants to play it safe, wants to go for the expansion earlier on, and does go for the one on the low ground here. Now the issue about getting an early expansion onto the front lines for Zerg is if they are gonna go to hatch first and the opposition decides to go for the rush, then they will have no real answer till the Pool and the Queen are ready to go. But man, Sinos, this man is a guardian. This man is always looking to be the front of the line, and he is going to be picking that vanguard position to get his second base in front of the usual pathways. In any case, though, he's going for the factory right now and Xenos, a player with so much caliber, with so much history on his belt, Papinski as well. But if you look at Xenos' career, a bit of that representation in the Philippines all the way to Turkmenistan, a great player overall from the start of the SC2 scene. And honestly, a living legend for many of the Terran players in the whole Philippine Islands. Fernando, Xenos will be throwing down those bombs. He'll be looking to defend for the time being. He wants to go for the Orbital Command here, and now Factory being built as well. It seems like the Baneling is going to be the answer here for Malapait for the Red Sir. Good call, potentially, for Malapait. When you think about a mirror matchup in a 2v2, you still got to pretend that you're playing your mirror matchup in a 1v1. ZVZ is where Malapait has to answer back, and Baneling's going to be a good answer to not only the Lynx, but also the Marines if they do come from Xenos. Now, Xenos, he has a bit of that tendency to play those air units, especially as Banshee, so we'll find out it's going to work out for Papinski, though. Beautiful answer there. Impor now trying to go for a bit of that Reaper Rush, but it just doesn't matter. It doesn't work out whatsoever, and these Reapers have to run on the way. Speaking of the run, though, here comes the Lynx. They're getting faster and faster, and Papinski could smell blood, but Malapait will answer back with his own comp, and that one Marine too eager to fight will die immediately. Back and forth action here from Bostik, Tapal, Yero, Esports, as well as HD Gaming. Both sides knowing exactly what to do. And there we go right now with the Banelings being transformed here by Malapait. In your face action, because he knows they have the numbers in their favor. And this is gonna hurt Xenos where it counts. He's trying to make this natural happen. But as soon as these Baneling pops, they know that they don't have low ground control anymore. Too late to onto the Orbital Command lift. He just lets it die. And Malapait right now is getting even more control along the way. These are the Lynx already forcing cancel out. And now Papinski has to put the Queens in front to defend. There we go, the smash on down, the supply people will fall, and Malapait using everything on the Queens. Good hold here from Papinski so far, but Xenos on the other side, he has a bit of an army here, sure, but he doesn't have any supply depots left, so he has to just keep work with what he's got. 28 workers and 9 army. That one siege tank, though, being in the right spot at the right time, and you can really see AoE damage being able to bail out players here. In a 2v2, it gets very messy, and that siege tank getting as many kills as it could for that set. But now, no. It's time for the Overlord to get spotted out. Xenos maybe getting that Viking on, but a great strike there from Malapait and Invernal to start things off. And here we go again with the Lynx skirmish, but Papinski really investing heavily on the Lynx, and now the chase is on. Malapait trying to get on the way. Papinski is just there right behind, and here we go with 2-base 7 for Malapait. And the problem right now for our Red Zerg is he's gonna be one Zerg base down from his opponent, but as I say that, he's already gotten the expansion here on the west side, so scratch that. Malapait doing a great job here. Invernal, though, gonna be looking to get that Vanguard position again. We have the Terrans trying to fortify, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Bunker's gonna be useful. A command center, flop gonna be even better if you make it in the planetary. And Xenos right now gonna be trying to get that second base expansion. Problem right now, though, for Malapait is he's gonna be the one kind of disconnected from his base here. Creep spread has to go on through Invernal's base, and that might actually be a problem if Papinski is able to get that map control instead. It's a bit of a conundrum on a TZ setup like this. How much creep spread do you want to do to allow your units to go fast? And then how much creep spread do you want to control if there's a Zerg on the other side and your opponent, and your teammates rather, might have a hard time when that extra speed is a factor. And Bernaldo bringing in these Hellions, trying to go for harassments. And here we go again from Bostik, Tapal, Yero, Esports. They're trying to just really smash on down and bring in the carpentry. Looking to break that scaffolding as there we go with the shots yet again. Bailey though gonna get the big burst. Seems like this attacking force not gonna work out whatsoever. Papinski with the hold this time, and Malapait and Infernal are gonna be having to back on out there. The bailing factor here for both teams really being such a big component of the successes of their push or failures into that kind of setup. For now, though, Malapait still gonna have a number of links to try and defend, and Invernal and Malapait trying to bring on the pressure even more so. With Hellions and Zerglings, this is all about speed, and now they're even adding it up to get the blue flame on and to get the bigger barbecue here. +1 though gonna be next on the list here for Malapait as well. Hydralisk then for our Red Zerg, and he's gonna be keeping it on the ground. Old school Lair though, gonna be ready for that tier 2 sec. Seems like here for Xenos, he's trying to get another starport into play, and what's gonna be planned. So we're seeing that kind of matchup again. One side decides to go for Hydras, the other side decides to go for Spire. So Muta's gonna be into play here from Pipsky, but Malapit getting harassed by Sinas even more so. Viking control here from our Green Terran, looking unparalleled, and it's all about the hunt right now. Malapit has to get these things the hell out of there because he's gonna get supply block soon, using an egg cycle though to keep a supply up, and here we go again with the Lynx trying to go for a funnel on down. Bit of a calm before the storm though, because these Mutas are gonna really change the pace of the game. Air units to go for harassment on mineral lines is just one way to keep your opponent on your toes. And the question is, will Impernal be ready for it? Can Malapit also answer on back? Not much at the air right now. In terms of Hydras, we're going for upgrades first here for Malapit. He wants to get that speed upgrade to move on the round, especially off-free. For now though, this is all about breaking down these overlords, and Papipsky sacrificing these just to confirm all of those positions. Where are the Mutas? It is just going to be looking to be a crescendo very, very soon. And Papipsky going to be bringing these mech units all the way there. Even though that they're always bio, they look very, very mechanical. They look very, very solid in steel and shine. And this might be Papipsky shining a bright light of demise onto the opposition. South side of the map right now, looking to move on forward. This can be our yellow Zerg, trying to go for a circumnavigation here and trying to go for a flank here and now. Lots of upgrades though for Impernal, double pumping out the armories there. But here comes Papipsky, and the hunt is on. Cripple now, this natural base, it will just wither in the face of all these Mutas. And goodbye to whatever Malapit wanted to do. Spire gonna get broken immediately. Onto the main base we go, and this is just Papipsky trying to cripple his mirror matchup, trying to get rid of the red Zerg in this whole contest. Malapit almost has no answers whatsoever. He has one Spore Crawler and that's it. But the amounts of mutants right now just running rampant. These Hydralists do not stand a chance when they are standing by themselves. And Malapit has to figure out what to even do here. Can Imbernal actually help out? He went for a very mech-heavy focus composition. And the Mutalist deal with the Hydralist there. And then, so up to the Vikings right now to go for the fight instead. Imbernal though backing on the way. Still a big number of Hydras. Gonna be trying to still survive. It's not gonna happen. These mutants though are flying on around. And here we go again with the snipes. Papivsky with some great air control, really hunting down everything else. And while Malapit is trying to answer back with his own Spire, it might be too late. Thor still coming into field for Infernal. And this is Papivsky sitting on a time bomb. Can he get enough damage done before the Thors do arrive? He's already going for the hurt. Here comes the hulking units. But you can see that the damage has been done. 37, 36 workers now left for Malapit. His third base also getting harassed, and he's just trying to do something in the front line, but it doesn't work whatsoever. These mutas have really changed the pace of the game, and Papivsky given enough time to do all that. The 1-2 punch even coming on in the BCs, even to add it up. And really just seen us adjusting, seeing there is just barely any air defenses here. Perfect timing to bring in the Valcruisers, especially against Thors there. But that is going to be the cannon mode right now, bringing in some damage against these massive catapult ships. And the Vikings still with the chase down. On the other side, though, Papivsky using the opportunity to harass these lines even more. You can really see that this is such a struggle here for Umbernal and Malapit to try and defend. BC's on one side, Mutas on the other, and GG is called! The Spire play is enough, and that is that for this victory. Well played there to Sinos and Papivsky. They will get game number 1 of this set. For some reason though, we didn't get the victory screen, but hey, that's just that. Sinos and Papivsky timing it right, getting the win there and then, and being victorious after all is said and done. The defenses there from Sinos and Papivsky looking so very well fortified. Sinos understanding his role to defend Papivsky to the last to try and keep his team alive. And Papivsky just answering with, "Thanks for having my back, bud. Let me take it from here." The Muta Ball, just the handfuls of them coming on in like that. It was like 14 for the first wave, and then add even more. It was around 20 of them, more or less, in that whole set. It's way too much damage, and Malapit and Bornal so unprepared for it. With Imbernal going for a mech focus and Malapit unable to get the Hydras in time, just was the dead sentence there. So it's all about timing, timing being everything. And Papivsky and Sinos of HT Gaming proving that's what their opponent is, that's what they're all about rather, and only Father Time can stop them there. So great game number 1. It was absolutely solid. We saw some good back and forths. It honestly looked like that Malapit and Invernal could get the advantage from the get-go, but they just ran out of steam as soon as they had no answers against the Mutas there. The Lynx and the Hellions, very good at harassing, but not too good against air units whatsoever, and that is that for that map. Anyway, guys, game number 2 coming our way. Give it a big chance, though, for Bostik, Tapal, Yero Esports to try and go for the comeback on a map like this. Arctic Dream LE. Both sides proving, though, that they could put up fights against each other. Can HD Gaming get that 2-0 sweep, or will we see a game number 3? Great setup, though. Great game so far. And this has not been disappointing whatsoever here in the SCPH duel meets number 2. Game number 2, though, coming our way. And we'll find out what Arctic Dream is all about. I dream of a good game. And I believe I'll get it here as soon as we get into it. So welcome back, guys, and here we are into game number 2. Sinos and Papibski on match point with a 1-map lead. But Malapate and Invernal refusing to lose, refusing to give up, and will still stick around for another go. Introducing first, though, on the southeast side of Arctic Dream LE, we got our team of Bostik, Tapal, Yero Esports, the Red Zerg, Malapates, ya boy, and our Purple Terran, Invernal. Their opponents, though, 1 map ahead. We got the man with the macro, Papibski, and the man with the shield, Sinos. The defense and the attack. Sometimes you gotta tend to a plant, tend to a flower before it blooms. And that's exactly what Sinos did. Tended over, watched over Papibski as much as possible. Papibski, though, always on position, always ready for any kind of Reaper harassment, always ready to actually get in the way with all of those slings. And 2 is better than 1 in the duel meet, and Papibski and Sinos able to prove it there. Malapate, though, and Invernal still in this fight. Some good ideas from them, some great aggression, but it feels like that there is a bit of that critical zone. When we look at Malapate games, he's so good, especially in the early game, but he falters when the game goes long. So it really feels that there's so much chemistry right now between Malapate and Invernal, because for Invernal, he's basically on the same case. Hellions alongside the Lynx, and if we want to see a Malapate Invernal win, I wouldn't be surprised to see this sub 15. It's all about making that early game, mid game advantage happen for our Terran and Zerg here on the southeast side, and we'll see what Bostik, Tapal, Yero Esports has in store for us for this game. Pool's still going to be into play for both of our Zerg hatcheries right now, and on Arctic Dream LE, we said it before, there is a more passive expansion in behind. You can go for the aggressive one on the low ground, and it seems like for Papibski and Malapate, they're gonna try to get the ones on the safer angle instead. In the meantime, though, Invernal, double barracks. Interesting call. So again, we are going to be seeing the Reapers being pumped out. Already a Reaper in position, and we will find out if this can be some good harassment here from Invernal. He's also double pumping these out from the Raxes themselves. He's just getting as much gas as he can to keep the intake up. And as of yet, we might see the same thing we saw a while ago on Heavy Artillery LE. 4 Reapers to start things off for Invernal, but for now, it's going to be that Lone Ranger going for the shots here and there. Bomb, though, going to be in the play. Invernal saying, okay, time to get the hell out of there. But now, these Reapers trying to move on through to the other side. Big map, though, Arctic Dream LE is. A lot of space to work with, but also a lot of space to traverse. We'll find out if this Purple Terran can actually get some value here and now, as a Baneling Nest is going to be a call here from Papibski. He's expecting some aggression. He's expecting all of that harassment yet again from the other side. And a good call, especially knowing what his opponents can do. In any case, though, Metabolic Blue is going to be the way to go here from Malapate. Papibski doing the same thing. And here comes Sinos. Maybe looking to help on now just in case. But that Reaper going to go down. The concentration fire from these pistols looking very scary. And Invernal right now with 5. He's really just going for it. It's a full Reaper rush here from our Purple Terran. And he's just not letting up whatsoever. There is just no stopping this guy. There is just no popping whatsoever. And it is just all about tempo right now in favor of the South team. More command centers still being built. Invernal actually building 2 of them. So after the Reaper harassment, he just wants to get the best macro that he can. Malapate, though, of course, gonna help out. He's like, hey, you're attacking? I want to get into that too. I want to help on that. And it's time to go beast mode here and now because it's gonna be a double up against Papimski. But Papimski making a caught game here, dealing with Malapate first and just getting rid of the links here and there. But the Reaper's gonna be in behind Infernal, given some zones of safety. And he's gonna concentrate his fire and get rid of the Queen. Now, bad siding here for the Yellow Circuit. The problem of a map like this on Arctic Dream LE, you're more or less forced to fend for yourself when you get doubled up in a case in points. And right now, it's Xenos trying to help on out with the Marines, but it doesn't even matter because the chase is on again. And this is looking to be Papimski getting absolutely crippled. Can Xenos help on that? Does he have enough? He went straight for the Workers right now. He has a Viking into play, but it doesn't matter against the Reapers and the Lynx. Papimski, though, with a cleanup onto many yet again. Infernal might have overexpanded there. Can't use the clip to save himself. And that's going to be another Reaper going on down, but the damage has been done. 8 drones left here from Papimski. Xenos gonna get surrounded. His units do get torn apart, and here we go again. Papimski, say hello to your daddy, because here we have Bostik, Tapal, Yero Esports just doubling up, shutting him down, and giving him a taste of his own medicine. That might be it here for Papimski. It just might be a 2v1 now, and it seems like that's the case. 2 supply left here for Papimski. No workers left. And he only has enough to build 1 drone. Malapates is on the hunt, getting rid of these hatcheries. This melee +1 is going to get absolutely nothing. And in behind, Infernal is just getting all the expansions he wants and more. Triple orbital command, dropping down those mules, getting as much minerals as he can. And a great way to start off here for Malapate and Infernal. They're looking to force out a game number 3, and making it a 2v1 state is the easiest way to do it. Banelings now waiting on, and it seems like it is just trick or treat waiting to happen. Halloween has already passed. It's always been a month, but Malapate and Infernal are knocking on the doorstep of Xenos so far, and this siege tank is the only thing looking to defend against all of this. There we go though with the shots, and Malapate wanting to bring in the thunder, but speaking of that one, the hammers are striking from the siege tanks. Supply depot though burning on down. And Infernal trying to find the angle here and now. Now the thing to note though is, oh, Papimski, he went for a drone. Where's that drone? This 1 drone. It's just hiding here as there we go with the cleanup. Question is though, will Infernal and Malapate spot this out? Xenos though given a lot of time to play the macro, and he's just focusing heavily on his own game. Going for the stim pack, going for the Marines, going for as many racks as possible, and even a bunker to fortify in behind. He's stuck on a 2-base setup right now. He might want to go for where Papimski died in just to try and reinforce his own lines, but he is going to be seeing his teammate get revealed there. This 1 Evo chamber off creep, just slowly but surely dying. This 1 drone just saying, where did my life go wrong? Why am I the only one left? And this is goodbye to Papimski. So all he can do right now is just help out in terms of seeing what's going on. It's like, hey, Xenos, check this one out, check this spot out. And Malapate and Infernal given a lot of map control. But the problem right now for Malapate is he's pretty much forgotten the drone up. He only has 29 drones right now. Finally, he does decide to go for it after crippling the opposition. But he is just having so many Zerglings right now, and he's looking to flood off the opposition. Infernal, though, still only on 2 base, even though he has that 3rd command center. And these guys just so busy cleaning up the house, getting rid of everything else, that they're slipping up on the macro, which we kind of expected. Anyway, Xenos, though, still on the high ground right now. And finally, Infernal gonna be sending the starport away. This 3rd CC though is still here. Come on, just bring it somewhere else. Just use it already. As the Vikings from Xenos gonna be being a bit of a pest. Now, honestly, these Vikings are basically gonna be unanswered whatsoever. Infernal now sending these racks out just in case. There's the drop down though. And Maglock Accelerator gonna be the call here to play some Cyclones instead. Malapate though, already ready to go for another hunt. He's looking to expand his reaches though. He's going for a 2nd tier of tech as he's trying to get the lair right now on his macro hatch. It seems like though, Papimski is like, man, keep this thing alive please. Just give me 300 minerals and I'm good to go again. We can fight. We can go for it. And Xenos, he's trying to actually pick it up, but unfortunately he doesn't do so there. In any case though, Malapate already on the left side of the map. He's just waiting it out. Infernal, in the meantime, sending in a Rax close by. And it's just all about a bit more of that control. This creep tumor. If Papivsky really wants to do something, the best thing he can do is just play with this to keep his APM up, because there is just nothing he can do in this set unless he gets some money there from Xenos. Anyway though, Infernal with the Reaper hit squad still flying on the ground. Two-base setup though for Infernal still. Finally, we'll get that CC move on that. And apparently, the call here is to blockade any potential expansion Xenos wants to do. Big army though from Xenos, and he can actually go for a potential 2v1 here. He has 80 army right now. He's going for the drops first and foremost though. And the Marines and the Marauders looking to make it happen. Infernal though sending in the racks yet again. The Vikings giving chase. And the plan of action is just get the scout, get the intel as much as possible. The drops are coming. The Zerglings are moving on around. And Malapate's gonna be putting these links for some reason onto his teammate's base. And Bernaldo set up onto the third base so far. And this has just been a great showcase so far from Malapate and Bernal to attack the base. But then, they're really giving Xenos a chance, aren't they? If Xenos can cripple one of these two players, he can make this a 1v1 and give HD Gaming the opportunity to still get this win. For now, these medevacs still gonna get scouted. These lings are looking very, very scary. And Malapate, he's keeping these links back just in case he sees drop. So safety is the way to go, but the numbers are looking bigger and better here for Malapate. He has 79 Zerglings right now at the 10-minute mark, but the drop's gonna come on the third base instead. Here we go, though, with Surround. The Cycle's already going for the cleanup, and the links are gonna go there as well. Lock-on, though, gonna be into play. Goodbye to the medevac there. And on the other side, Xenos trying to get rid of the Red Zerg's main base, but it doesn't matter because the links are coming, and it's just gonna be too much DPS before we get the load on in. Xenos cannot even get away with the medevac. Everything will die. And now Malapate and Infernal, they don't need to watch for the backs anymore. It's time to knock on the doorstep yet again, but here comes the thunder, and here comes everything else. It seems like for Xenos, he just wants to get more of that map control. The best way to win this game is to just go on the offensive, and that's exactly what he's gonna do, because Malapate and Infernal, they've gotten the macro back in their favor. They're getting some huge numbers, especially on the army count, and this is just gonna be the Vikings being the first wave. But on the right-hand side, that's a big mobile red force rating to action, and these Zerglings right now looking to try and fight off against the Bioball of Xenos. Scando in the play. Here comes the links, and the flood is on again, going for the chokehold. Good spot though for Xenos to try and go for the fight, and Malapate has to back all the way, but right now, here comes Infernal to try and help out the Bailey's rolling on in, and this is just gonna be a demise onto the front line. The Marines gonna get torn apart. Malapate's losing a lot though, but Infernal is still there to help on out. Siege tanks right now going for the siege here and there. Cyclones looking to get back in position, and Xenos, even though he went on to march on forward, he's gonna lose everything there. GG is called, and we are gonna go into a map number 3. Bostik, Tapal, Yero Esports will do it here, and Malapates and Infernal will take game number 2. What a win for Malapate and Infernal, making it happen. Going for a game 3 here. And that double up, just the perfect thing to do against Papivsky. They realized the situation, they knew how to play that map well, and a win is a win for them. 2v1 setup. Xenos though given a bit of a chance as the macro slipping a little bit from Malapate and his teammate. But besides that, it's such a great double up. The Reaper rush there from Infernal, looking very, very impressive. Malapate answering along the way. And now it's time for us to get into our third map of this set. First time we're getting game number 3. I wouldn't have it any other way. Polka LE will be our last map though, and the newest map in rotation. It's an interesting map. It's pretty similar to some of the standard ones. You have your ramps. You also have a middle field though on the right side just to try and mine it out for a new pathway. But something to also note about a map like this, there's a lot of rocks, and there's even a day-night cycle. So it's a great map to behold. It's a great map to be in. And the question right now is, who will win it out? Will it be Malapates and Infernal, or will it be Xenos and Papivsky? Can the defending champions make it to the semifinals, or will we see the upset of Bostik, Tapal, Yero Esports making it a possibility and bringing the aggro where it counts? As we said before though, for B2YE, it really feels like they're playing on a timer. And if HD Gaming gets to that critical mass, it might be the demise of Malapate and Infernal. But for now, they've shown what they can do. They've shown how they can isolate their opponents. And we'll see if they can do it again here in game number 3. So welcome back, guys, and here we are again. Game number 3 in this matchup for round number 2, and a great way to end it out. Introducing first, though, on the southeast side of Polka LE, it is Bostik, Tapal, Yero Esports, consisting of the red Zerg Malapates and the purple Terran Imbernal. In the meantime, on the top left, your defending champions, HD Gaming, with the blue Terran Xenos and the yellow Zerg Papipski. So here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. Polka LE is the map to be. Now, the best thing right now for Papipski and Xenos is their bases are together in a map like this. Arctic Dream LE a bit different as they are isolated from one another. So the double up here from Malapate and Imbernal not gonna be the best chance and not gonna be the best choice in a set like this. What kind of aggro play will we get though, as Xenos already trying to seal off the main ramp, as Papipski will take that natural expansion down below. Quick one there from Malapate as well. Imbernal in the meantime going for the 2-rack setup again. And he might try to go for the Reaper Rush one more time. Some good angles here and there onto the ramps just to try and actually go for the liftoff. But the problem right now is it's really going to enable Xenos and Papipski to work together as one to defend against what Malapate and Imbernal have to do. In any case though, this hatchery being built, spawning pool going up as well for both sides. It's pretty much standard setup so far. Game number 1 though, we saw how Xenos could defend Papipski, and we saw how Papipski could play the macro. Game number 2, Malapate and Imbernal hand in hand, just punching the yellow Zerg in the throat. Renano, game number 3, a clean slate yet again for both. And here we go with the first Reaper immediately from Imbernal. Xenos though in the meantime, going to do the same with his own Reaper. Standard set though for Xenos, 2 supply depots as well as the barracks. Second Reaper though being built already by Xenos, and he's anticipating this early aggression. For now, it's Malapate that's getting as much economy. Imbernal gonna be breaking down this lone SCV who's just scouting, minding his own business, and goodbye to Xenos and his worker there. Factory though being built, another command center going online, and as of the moment, seems like everything is just prima proper here on a map like this. Polka LE though, guys, as we said before, newest map in the scene, newest map in the sets. And after this match, we will be revealing the next parts of the giveaway code. So you want to be able to tune on that. You want to stick around for that next number or letter combination, as we have been seeing so much support in the SCPH team. So big shout outs yet again to all our sponsors flashing on around on the left side, really making this a possibility. But for now though, Papipski and his natural base might be the first target of Malapate. He's already trying to march across to the other side, and that's going to be the plan of action for our red Zerg. The hunt going to be on yet again, and it's now time to see who's going to be able to get this win, as Malapate's going to be working together hand in hand with Imbernal one more time. He's already looking to set on up to go for the offensive here and now, to try to go for a bit more of that push. And case in points, it's still gonna be Malapate leading the charge. Xenos though already ready to reinforce. There we go with Surround, but Papipski good, a bit of reprieve. There we go with the Diffusion as well. And seems like our yellow Zerg gonna be able to keep that Queen alive. Beautiful bomb though from Xenos. Just get rid of this round there. And the Reaper's gonna get microed on the way. This is the early aggression we want to see from both sides. The defense and the attack trying to go hand in hand. And Malapate though still keeping it on with the flood of links on the other side. Papipski in the meantime gonna lose that lone link, but it's now time for the baitings into play. Now that we see Papipski and Xenos respecting the opposition, understanding exactly what's going on, they will be able to answer back with the same kind of case. Malapate though does not want to let up whatsoever. This man, when he goes beast mode, he's just looking nigh unstoppable, and he's gonna try to do it yet again. For now though, backing on away so far, looking to see if these Banes can hatch appropriately, and we might see them there yet again. And behind all of this though, Starport being built by Imbernal, so might be able to get some harassment here and there if ever. But for now, these are the Helens trying to march on forward. Xenos already ready with a siege stack, and there we go. The Banelings are ready to smash down all the fuelings here and there. They are going to be able to defend the siege stack though, and Xenos keeping that tank alive. The Queens are also going to be in position. Overall, the defense keeping their core units alive, and Malapate and Imbernal have to rethink their plan now. It's not a bad defense from Sinus and Papibski. A bit of a sacrificial lamb onto the links there. Could have been a lot less though if Papibski didn't bring everything to the left side. But in any case, it was still enough to mitigate some damage on the tank on the other side. Banelings again gonna be the answer. It seems like the plan of action here for Papibski is to get into a lair tech as well. Second extractor though gonna be built onto the main base. Gonna be a 4 extractor setup here, 4 gas setup for Papibski as Malapate is still sticking around with only 1 instead. All about the links really here from Malapate, and here we are at it again. The Hellion Ling setup from Malapate and Imbornal. It just needs to do a bit more damage to really try and get that setup. In any case though, moving on around again, big map though to move to actually try and get some distance between Sinus and Papibski versus Malapate and Imbornal. And the best thing right now that Sinus can do is creep on forward. More and more defenses though from Papibski, who wants to have these spine crawlers just be tacky enough to defend. And as of the moment, it's Sinus again doing the same harassment he's doing so far. This is just the Viking looking on around the map. Spire though being built already by Papibski, and we'll be getting a bit of that game 1 flashback. We've seen this before. We'll get the Hellions as well as the links from Malapate and Imbornal. As soon as the mutas come, it's just a full stop to the aggression on the other side. So for HD Gaming, can they win the same way again? Will Malapate and will Imbornal learn their lesson and have something to defend against all of this? Factory still being built. Imbornal still gonna be sticking around with the Hellions. It's just so much aggression here from the mech that needs to be reeled back as soon as they get that information, as soon as they know what is there to come. So big questions right now is, what do you even know about that main base? They haven't even gotten past that natural expansion, and they have no idea. They're in the dark of what is to come from the high ground. Sinus though, moving this out yet again. He'll be going for a tech lap on Rax. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get some stim back there. And then Imbornal though in the meantime with the blue flame again. And as we said before, flashbacks of that first game. Anyway though, Sinus still flying on around. Seems like though a bit of a standstill here. And there you have it. Mutas gonna be the weight of action for Papibski. Malapate in the meantime gonna be trying to get his Spire in position this time. And the question is though, will he have enough of an answer? Now Imbornal can easily do what Sinus just did here now. He can easily decide to try to go for his own scan and figure out what the hell is going on the other side. But this is just Sinus going for as much harassment as he can with the Vikings. And speaking of the air units right now, Papibski is ready to do it one more time. Good setup though for Malapate as well as Imbornal in terms of their bases. Three bases right now for Malapate, getting the macro on. But can he prepare for what is to come? Because here comes Papibski already going over to the left side. Sinus even taking the west flank, just making sure there's nothing here on the low ground. And the journey of these mutas could be ending very, very soon. These are the Yellow Flyers already looking to go for the south side. And here we are at it again. Papibski trying to win the same way they did last time. And they are in the perfect spot to do so here and now. Third base meet Mutas. Mutas meet third base. And the Queens though trying to defend. But here comes Malapate with his own ball. Finally, the answer comes here from Malapate. Ayos talaga buhay sa ating mga kaibigan na to, because that is just gonna be really, really good for them. Our red Mutas, our red Mutapol, a very good defensive formation. And now, you'll see Imbornal float around these racks again all across the map. Besides all of the adjustments though, it really feels like it's such a standstill game. Deja vu from game number 1, and now these guys are just waiting it out, trying to see what else is going to be going on there. Upgrades so bad for Imbornal. He's really heavily focusing on the mech. Maglock accelerators, +1 on the armory side, double pumping them out. Same case though for Sinus. And it's interesting, we're getting mech versus mech instead. None of the bio-ball shenanigans so far from our players. And fun fact on this map, as soon as the sun comes up, the shadows completely disappear. So it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's a glitch, I don't know if it's like an eclipse, but hey, goodbye to the shadows. But during the nighttime or whatever, they are still there. But Papibski roaming on around again. And suddenly, we see the lights come online one more time. Weird map, honestly. Like, what is going on here? Why does it change from green to dark to all lit up? Just might be what this game needs, though, is a bit of a fresh coat of paint. Anyway, Papibski. Oh, that's a good congregation of mutas. No changes though for both sides in terms of their comps. They're really keeping it up with Spires here from both sides. They want to go for the Mutas. And on the Terran angle, it's just the mech again. Feels like though it's that kind of game. 200, 200, they go for the fight, they go for the hits, and they go for the picks if ever. Might be a big engagement coming soon, because it's just all about expansions here for our two players on the side of HD Gaming. 3 bases now for Xenos, 3 bases for Papibski. 3 bases though for Imbernal, and 3 bases make that even 4 for Malapate. So gotta give props to Malapate and Imbernal, really keeping out the macro, especially for Malapate, getting as many bases as he can, using the space he's gotten because of his early aggression. And now he's gonna be looking to go for his Fangs Barret yet again. C-Snack right now gonna be a target for a few shots here and there. Missile turret though, might catch out of Buda, and down one goes. Still here comes Xenos looking to defend. Malapates, that's all about the prod, and that's just it. 75 workers though for our Red Zerg, keeping up the economy, saturating his bases here and there, coming closer and closer to that critical mark. But for now, here comes the Vikings again. The Thor is also marching on forward, and for Xenos, he just wants to be in a good spot to defend everything he has. Okay, so the Mutas are gonna fight here and now, and Papibski and Malapate doing it here. They're going for the brawl, they're going for the engagements, and it seems like it's gonna be Papibski actually shutting down Malapate right now. Those red Mutas did not stand a chance as soon as Papibski got the numbers that he needed, and now there is nothing Malapate can do about this base. Here we go again. We've seen this storyline before, and Papibski swooping on in to get every single takedown. Spore Crawler gonna get uprooted, and down it goes. Cyclones right now though, trying to get the lock on, but these Mutas getting microed all the way to the south side of the map. Trying to get away though from the abilities. These Cyclones are gonna be there. Vikings also going for the hits, but here comes Papibski yet again, looking for a run by, looking for a swoop over, but that's damage being done by the Queens on the low ground. Congregation though, yet again, one of these Queens rather going on down, and now the hunt is on. Papibski just with a run by that the yellow team, the yellow Zerg has been looking for, and that's exactly what HD Gaming needs. Hey, free command sir, they're Imbernal. He puts through the test here, but these Vikings just giving chase. And right now, all while that is happening, Xenos is gonna be on the left side of the map. Anyway, though, seems like for Malapate, he's also going for a second lair, thinking that maybe his main hatchery is gonna go down. But Papibski though, able to get out scot-free. And while all of this is happening, look at this, Xeno actually being able to get in position. And these are gonna be Lynx getting cooked up by the Hellbats there. Thor's gonna be in the front line as well. The Vikings right now bringing in the thunder with the missiles. And this is just Xenos getting closer and closer against Malapate. And now Papibski with another wave of attackers. The Zerglings are there everywhere and anywhere. Malapate and Imbernal getting harassed to impunity. HD Gaming right now keeping alive with their set, with their aggression. And this is just really the ticking time bomb looking to explode against Bostik, Tapal, Yero, Esports. But still, Imbernal has all of these Cyclones. And if they can get the lock-ons, if they can get the proper kite, they might be able to get the damage here. C-Stacks though in a really good spot. And Xenos defending his lines with these shock cannons again. Now though, the chase is on, the engagement's here, and the Banelings are gonna smash down into Siege Stacks. There we go though with the first wave getting broken. The Cyclone's looking for the cleanup, and seems like Papibski gonna allow Xenos to die there instead. The Zerglings, they don't want to go in, even if the Banelings are gone. The Hellbats are there, the Hellions rather, getting the cook-off. And our yellow Zerg decide to back on away instead. They are just tugging each other by the neck and more. And Xenos and Papibski versus Malapate and Imbernal looking to go down to the wire. But it's still Papibski in heavy control of this map. This mutable has just become such a big factor here, and now he's adding in more. 35 units right now for Yellow Zerg. Here comes Imbernal though, marching on forward. Cycles right now looking to just get the hot wheels on, and this is just going to be all about getting the lock-ons in position. So the +3 guards go online as well, but here comes the Hellbats right now from Xenos trying to tag things over. Right now rolling on in, Papibski wants to get closer here. Question is though, can he make it? Siege Stacks right now with the lineup for Xenos. And these Mutas backing on the way again. Oh, Papibski losing some Mutas in this fight. The missiles are just connecting onto the high ground. And the best thing right now that Papibski can really do is get the links on and then suddenly bring those Mutas afterwards. But now Imbernal all alone. He might get stuck here as he's trying to defend. Siege Stacks are coming closer and closer, and they really want to get the shot. Splash damage gonna be huge. Imbernal going over to the choke, and he's gonna be able to get away in time. so very close here for our purple Terran, but he's able to back on out. Imbernal saying, okay, that's enough. Going to go over to the high ground instead. 15 minutes in though, that in all honesty, there's been so much but so little also happening in this game. We're getting the upgrades, we're getting all of the macro that these players need, but besides that, it's just become the same old thing. And Bernardo just trying to go for the run by the same way Papinski did a while ago, and he is just gonna try to do it again. Lock on right now gonna be into play. It's just gonna be these wheels getting torn apart, and Papinski, he cannot afford to lose these wheels like this, and they cannot stand against that Cyclone Wall. This match though, looking to just keep up the action every little bit. Now the Rock's gonna be the next target. But overall, what is going to be the game changer here? Papimski actually going to be going for the Infestor Energy? Is that really going to be the place to be? Fungal Growth might be a good way to really stop these things at its tracks. And he can help out in a Parasite or two if ever. But now Command Center will go down. Cena's trying to expand really far off. And that's one CC getting torn apart at the seams. And we know these Cyclones are still on the march. They are becoming such a strike force, and they're moving across the map as much as possible. Imbernaldo moving over to the right-hand side. Papimski right now harassing the base again here of Imbernal. And the problem right now is if Papimski can keep controlling the map like this, he can really hamper what Malapit and Imbernal want to do. They will run out of minerals and gas eventually, but for now, the back of Imbernal looking to stand strong. Malapit, in the meantime, still having this hash rate down below, but Cenos is marching forward with all of these siege tanks ready to bounce. Now the question is, how can Malapit help out Imbernal here? He needs to be able to actually get into that siege tank line, but it's just a freaking barrage coming closer and closer from Cenos. Look at how he's just hopping on over, skipping to the other side, and jumping and leaping past his opponent. It's a big range to use here for Cenos. There's the scan though, gonna be into play right now to get that incel, and while all this is happening in the middle of the map, there we go with a Fungal Growth, getting to catch the Fungals. Are pretty good to catch a few units here and there, but can the Infestors actually make it to the other side? The Zergies right now being the front line again. The Cyclones are gonna be a bit inefficient against small units like that, and now Malapit gonna be having these melees stuck in their ways. Still though, there's a chokehold waiting to happen. Cenos right now sticking onto the low ground and just demolishing everything here. And now onto the north side, it's Infernal unable to get close, and GG is called. We are gonna see HD Gaming move on to the semifinals, still looking to defend their crown. Great game though from Malapit and Imbernal, but the siege tank line from Cenos keeping it classic, keeping it cool, and giving them the win. Great game. Well played to both sides, and that had to be basically the closest match we'd ever seen in the whole Duel Me 2. That was just so good. That was so much carnage happening every little bit. Now, we had a bit of that deja vu while we saw the same old indeed from game number 1 with the Mutas flying on around harassing. Malapit answered back with his own Mutaball, and then what happened next was him trying to harass, getting some good damage here and there. Tobivsky though with a catch. It's just incredible how one small slip up changes the pace of the game, and suddenly it was up to Imbernal to do everything. Cyclones actually harassing the Mutas, crippling also Yellow Zerg, and then Cenos steps in instead. It was like, okay, you're the star of the show, and then it's up to you, then it's up to you, then it's up to you. In the end though, all of the siege tanks able to get in position. Infestors there from Papimski also to help out with the catch. Mid-engagement, leaving Malapit alone, and he couldn't do anything against all of that setup, all of that's happening in the first place. And that is that for our set. Polka LE goes in favor of HD Gaming, and they will win the series 2-1. So there you go, guys. 4 of our semifinalists gonna be already locked on. We have the teams of No Name versus HD Gaming and Team Cube versus Clem and Rainer. So you already know that broadcast is gonna happen within the week and more so. And next week on Monday, on the last day of November, we will have our best of 5 finals in the dual meet number 2. 4,000 pesos online with 7K Razor Silvers, thanks to all of our sponsors down below. But also, we have one special thing from Pure PC. Don't forget, guys, that Pure PC and DLS Missile having a giveaway right now, and you just gotta type in exclamation point giveaway to start things off. We'll be giving one more code today, and we'll be showing the codes we got so far. So here you go, guys. Check this out. So our codes that have been given has been DLS, Mizzle, and 11. And for our second round, the next thing you add is PP. So overall, it's DLS, Mizzle, 11, PP, which stands for, of course, Mizzle, the number 11, and Pure PC. The grand finals, though, will have the last part of that code. So you want to make sure that you are ready to put that down and stand a chance to win that amazing headset as well as 1,000 pesos courtesy of Pure PC and DLS Mizzle. It's very, very simple to join. Just follow the instructions on the giveaway page and you can stand a chance to win of that. I'm glad that you guys have been tuning on in though, and you guys can check out, of course, the VOD replay for this one to see the code whenever you need it. But there you go, guys. That is round number 2. Great games, great matches, and a great last set going down to the wire in game number 3. Gotta give props to our round 2 teams of Mr. Swabi, Bostik, Tapal, Yero, Esports, Tinitus, as well as Moonstar Duo. We really appreciate you guys joining the dual meet number 2, but it's not gonna be your time as of yet. No Name versus HD Gaming. That is gonna be an absolutely hype matchup, and many eyes are gonna be on that. Team Cube, though, versus Clement Rainer, looking to impress as well. 3 TZ teams and 1 PZ team. So it's all Zergs right now, and 3 Terrans and 1 Protoss. Interesting set that we're getting here in the dual meet number 2, but we'll not have it any other way. It's been great. It's been fun. This has been a great night of broadcast, but round number 2 gonna end that way. Congratulations to all of the teams who won, and we'll see you guys in our next one. This has been the SCPH dual meet number 2, and I'm Daks. Thank you guys for tuning in for tonight, and have a good one.